WBA. This is Brian Anderson, and this is a tough time of the season, Grant. A few months in, with a few months to go.
Yeah, B.A. You know, for the players, this is when they start to feel the grind of the regular season. A lot of the guys are dealing with nagging fatigue or mental weariness.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Demon, Sharp out there with Michael Porter, and it's Shake and Bake in at the 1.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Here's Shake and Bake. Last game we saw him with 32 points. Boom! He jams it straight down.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And, guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And the Nets with possession here. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
And, you know, the guys on the bench have great confidence in themselves. And when their name was called, they were ready to compete and contribute.
And, Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. B.A., they're tough.
Outside Porter. Inside. And that one's good. Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake's got 6.
4 straight hoops. Ideal start for them.
Outside Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Uncovered. That's good on the jumper.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
The Nets have gone 4 of 4 from the floor. Perfect start. They set the pick. Shake and Bake. Pass to Wolf. Howard down after the assist led him to the lane.
Well, you know, this is what you like about him as a facilitator. He hits his man where he can do something with the rock.
DiVincenzo. Pass to Watford. Left side, Edwards. Back to Watford. Here's the 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Nets have gone 5 of 5 in this quarter. Solid. I'm being told we've got Shams Charania on the line with a developing story. Shams, what's the scoop?
Thanks, B.A. With the trade deadline nearing, the news tonight is about the Denver Nuggets. They are very excited to be adding the veteran C.J. McCollum to this team. A skilled combo guard who does a little bit of everything out there. He's also a well-respected leader both on and off the floor, which is something they felt would really help this organization.
All right, Shams, thank you. Much appreciated. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Shake and Bake in the last matchup against the Jazz really lit up the floor. He tallied 32 points, and he really showed up on the defensive end as well, using all of his versatility. He was locked in all night long. We'll see if that focus carries over into this game. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Some changes for Minnesota. Reed's checked in for Watford, and it's Robinson in for DiVincenzo. Reeves is checked in for Brooklyn. Timberwolves trail by 5. Outside Reed. Pass to Gobert. Now here's Robinson. Minnesota again missing. They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up. Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Guys like McDaniels, who can guard just about any position on the floor, extremely valuable these days.
Minnesota is shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
McGowan's, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Rowe comes in for Anthony Edwards.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Here's shake and bake, and it's thrown down hard with both hands.
You can really feel the momentum swinging in their direction.
And, you know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And that one is hammered home.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big extra.
The previous play is under review.
I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
While this call may...
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And Secaucus is queuing up the footage for the officials on the floor. And the new process is making for quicker turnarounds, I think.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. They have a nice 9. And if you're just tuning, both teams making some changes here. DiVincenzo and Edwards are the backcourt. Duncan Robinson is out there with Trendon Watford. And it's Reed in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. DiVincenzo with a steal. Second quarter here, just over a minute and a half played. Watford right side. Outside Edwards. From behind the arc. Down it goes. Edwards for 3.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Here's shake and bake. DiVincenzo covering.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Nets leading by 13. Pass to shake and bake. To the middle. Wolf passes to shake and bake. Outside for Porter. Drops in the 3. Porter's got 5 now.
And Porter Jr. feels like he can drain just about any shot, including these corner 3 balls.
Reeves against Edwards. Out to DiVincenzo. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. Edwards got 3 assists in the game.
He knows he can get his shot anytime he wants, and he also knows he has the green light.
The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, B.A. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Today, the Timberwolves coach, Chris Finch, said, "We're a team based on movement, cutting, and fluidity. That burden also falls on Anthony Edwards to move and accommodate his teammates. For his part, Ant said his focus is being what the team needs me to be, a leader by example, and showing them that I'm coachable." BA, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Brooklyn leading by 13. Here's shake and bake. 16 points for him. They set a pick. Shot clock at 6. Outside for Porter. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. From deep, Reeves. It's rebounded by Minnesota. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
And I really think they've got to find a way to produce these. Your baskets. I mean, whether they do it by running in transition or getting to the free throw line, they don't want a repeat of that past performance.
Here's shake and bake. DiVincenzo covering. Porter from outside. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. From 17, and DiVincenzo with a basket on the assist from Edwards. Edwards got 4 assists now tonight. And so it's Brooklyn. They lead by 11 as the quarter comes to a close. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Thanks for stopping.
This is a shooting clinic. If I'm their coach, I'm not changing one thing.
Yeah, when a team is this insane, they make...
Changing gears a little now. Thanks for tuning in. Now we head back to Brian Anderson for the start.
Yeah, there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And for offensive players, they say that understanding angles gives a big advantage. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Clark?
I think I can, B.A., a little bit. When you think about the geometry of the game, angles, spacing, timing, those things are not what you would think about when you think geometry, but how you cut, how you move, when you move, get to the basket, all of that stuff is part of the geometry of the game.
Kicking off the second half, here's Jordi Fernandez's 5. We've got Michael Porter dimming out there with Sharp, and it's shake and bake in at the 1 spot. Wolf banked it in off the glass. Wolf's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, you just love to start the second half this way. What a play call.
Yeah, they want to get the half off to a quick start, and they know who to go to.
Outside Edwards, shoots over Demon. Edwards, no good.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
McDaniels, that's good.
If you want the title of 3-and-D player, you've got to make 3. McDaniels has really worked on that shot.
Here's shake and bake. He's got 18. There's the drive. And he throws it down with one hand.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
McDaniels against Porter. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. The three-pointer off the mark. Nets leading by 12. Here's shake and bake. 20 points for him. To the paint. Outside for Porter. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Shake and bake. The pass to Sharp. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Looking ahead, they've got the Warriors coming to town for their next game. And that'll be their second of 4 total games at home. Oh, misses the dunk.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, better finish.
Well, it's no surprise Edwards has a football background, Clark. Just look at him.
Yeah, he is well put together, B.A. No question he could handle himself on the gridiron. You know, early on, he thought that would be his path. He's mentioned playing it professionally someday. How about that? I don't think it's a great idea, but interesting that he would even broach it. But if anybody could pull it off, he might be the guy.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. And a change for the Nets. Austin Reeves is checked in for Porter Jr.
Big forwards like Jaden McDaniels who can pull up for a jumper from anywhere, those guys are a luxury to have.
Here's shake and bake. It's not going to go for him. Timberwolves trail by 11. And we've got 1:18 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Here's Watford. No good on the triple. The Nets have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. DiVincenzo with the steal. To the inside. Here's Watford. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Adding insult to injury with the dunk off the steal.
Nice to see a good play on D. That led to some fireworks.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Launches it. Brooklyn with the board. Sharp's got his 5th rebound in this one. Robinson with a steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Watford outside. McDaniels from long range. Pure from 3-point range. McDaniels got 9 points now in the quarter. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Edwards is the 2, McDaniels the 3. Rudy Gobert is out there with Trendon Watford, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And counted.
DiVincenzo with the nice touch on the inside shot. Boy, he really knows how to make it work at close range.
Oh, nice setup for the slam.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And he nails it.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's shake and bake. McDaniels covering.
Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
Now Edwards for 3. Can't get it to go.
I didn't care for his shot selection that time. He needs to let the game come to him a little bit. Just relax, take your time, son.
Ooh, he leaves no question.
Boy, the size, the vertical, the explosiveness. Porter Jr. has all the tools to throw it down.
Outside Edwards. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. DiVincenzo knocks down the trifecta.
You know, he's been fairly productive, but it's going to take more, either from him or somebody else.
Shoots a 3. Kept alive by Brooklyn. He launches. Oh, no good. Timberwolves trail by 11.
The length that McDaniels brings gives him an advantage against the smaller defender, sometimes drawing a foul like he did there.
At the line for 2.
That free throw misses. And he does get the second one, and that brings him within 10.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Nets.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And it was a team effort tonight, collecting their 39th victory of the year.
And they fought hard for this win, guys. No one wants to get swept in a season series, even a short one.
Most definitely. I mean, even though you see opponents outside of your conference only twice a year, you still don't want to have that feeling of being swept.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Shake and Bake.
The way he saw the floor was quite special. I mean, he served up a ton of room service dimes.
McDaniels! Driving inside. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel...
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here. Greg, in the middle of a season like this, what possible road bumps could teams run into?
Well, I think it's important that players not fall into that trap of looking too far ahead, right? This is when it's important for a team to stay focused and be in the moment. These are the dog days of the season.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. The rim protectors standing tall for them, Mobley and Allen. Mitchell and Strus share wing duty. And it's Harden in at the point guard. And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Now here's Allen against Charlotte. He was really on his game. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I was able to talk with Jordy Fernandez for a minute. We discussed Evan Mobley and how we wanted to defend him coming into this matchup. He said, quote, to make him settle for jumpers, we don't want him getting easy buckets or deep inside positioning. That's when you get into trouble. We'll see how good the resilience is against him tonight. Back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
And RJ, you played 7 seasons in a Nets uniform, the most with any of your teams.
Yeah, it was a great way to start my career consistently in the playoff picture. It was really the most sustained success that the franchise has enjoyed. Oh, go ahead, big fella, throw it down. Mobley's showing off that incredible bounce.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. There's Shake and Bake. Look at those numbers of his. You just can't say enough about the work he's doing at the offensive end. He's averaging about 30.5 points a game. Stolen by Harden. Here's Mitchell. It's deflected, and it was not a clean block. Whistle blows and a foul on the defender here. It's a shooting foul, so free throws will be coming up.
Applying pressure. It's what Mitchell does to your defense.
And Greg, what stands out most about Donovan Mitchell's game?
I think it's his consistency. He's a fearsome scorer pretty much since he set foot in the league. And with his pull-up game, he can get his shot off against anyone.
Here's Shake and Bake. This game he had 28 points. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Lobbed up there for Allen. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Making it look so easy. The 6'11" Allen just hops up and finishes it perfectly.
Here's Shake and Bake, and he converts the layup. Shake and Bake's got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Harden. His last outing, he had 24 points. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
There is no one better at drawing fouls than James Harden. It can be frustrating for a defender. It's an art that he has mastered.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Cleveland. Sam Merrill comes in for Max Strus.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Shake and bake passes to Sharp. Sharp with a screen on Robinson. Back to Sharp. Good on the bucket. Sharp's got 6 points.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Mitchell outside. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Mitchell is so efficient and crafty inside that paint. Sometimes you forget he's only 6'2".
Here's Shake and Bake. Wolf shot's good.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
His court vision has been on display in this one. He's doing a tremendous job just orchestrating the offense beautifully.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Stolen by Robinson. Up the floor. Mobley misses. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Shake and bake passes to Porter. Nailed from three-point land.
Elite from the corner. Porter Jr. shoots a much better percentage from this spot.
Here's Harden. Shake and bake grabs the miss. It look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agree. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Nets out in front, up by 4. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
On the floor for Cleveland, getting going here in the second. White is out there with Harden. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Merrill in at the 3 spot. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte. Both teams making substitutions here. Cleveland's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. People have said, Greg, he is a system unto himself. In fact, he said it about himself. James Harden's ability, GA, to break down defenses remains in rarefied air.
And even as he's lost a step now, his supreme skill level ensures he remains a threat on a nightly basis.
Donovan Mitchell's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Number 45, Donovan Mitchell.
The Nets with the lead. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half play. And Claxton throws it down.
Rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
It's Mitchell with the tray.
Hitting that shot helps loosen the driving lanes a little, and we know Mitchell only needs a crack of daylight.
The Nets have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. To the paint. It's deflected. Stolen by Robinson. Harden with it. Now guarded by Shake and Bake. And Mitchell gets it to go. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
When you look at the recent big threes in the NBA, RJ, it seems like they failed more than they've succeeded.
That's because some teams just acquire stars without considering how their games will complement each other, often forcing guys into a role that they're not suited for.
The Nets making a switch here. Sharp's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Allen's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Evan Mobley comes in for Barnes. And it's White in for Sam Merrill. Here's Mobley. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Shake and Bake. Evan Mobley with the rebound.
Give the defender credit. To challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Shot's good by Mitchell.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Shake and Bake. White covering. Sharp on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And that one drops for him. Wolf got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
And in 2028, Cleveland poised, GA, to welcome the WNBA's 16th franchise.
Reviving the name and branding of the Cleveland Rockers, one of the W's inaugural teams, that folded back in 2003, soon back on stage after a quarter-century hiatus.
Demon, he's checked in for Austin Reed. Max Strus is checked in for Cleveland.
A guy who loves to push the action, that's Coby White.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Richard, what makes Coby White such a hard player to guard is how many ways he can get a shot off at a lot of different angles.
Off the catch, on the bounce, pump fake, reload. He is comfortable in any situation, and his efficiency early on was his issue, but it has improved year over year.
There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter.
They might start using him a little bit more sparingly with 3 fouls already before the half.
An efficient score, Coby White effective with or great. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Cleveland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Hey everybody, first off, let's take a gander at what's been happening on the trading block.
C.J. McCollum has been a scoring machine his entire career. A shifty player who reads the floor extremely well. He can get a bucket anytime he wants.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the Brooklyn Nets. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
They've got Michael Porter. Demon's out there with Shake and Bake. Then it's Sharp, and it's Wolf in at the 4th. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
No doubt. That's the kind of play that can energize the whole team, and they will take it in a close game like this.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, Shake and Bake in the last matchup against Minnesota was a man on a mission. He scored 28 points and did what he always does. He got others involved. A statement game from him where he took his play to the next level. What's he have in store for us tonight, guys?
Allie, we appreciate the update. It certainly was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Taking matters into his own hand.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Porter passes to Shaken. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, I dump you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Allen with the screen for Mitchell. Pass to Harden. And here's Strus. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Strus has got 5 points so far.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
To the middle. Here's Sharp. Count the basket and the foul. It's on Jared Allen.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Mitchell wide open. No good on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
That evens the score. Wolf got his third basket of the night right there.
That is a perfect placement of that dime. Just guided it right to him.
Here's Harden. Rebound, Brooklyn.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Here's Wolf. Mobley with the block.
That's the defensive player of the year there. Mobley with the denial, making sure the ball didn't get to the rim. Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive three balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Austin Reeves is checked in for Brooklyn. Cleveland also making some changes. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Allen. Sam Merrill comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Kobe White in for Max Strus. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. And here in January, a few teams starting to solidify their spots in the power rankings. Others not so much. Taking a look at Cleveland. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And when I look at the Nets, they are still holding on to that number 1 spot midway through the season. I really admire how consistent they've been continuing to play their brand of basketball.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Here's White. Reeves with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Shake and bake passes to Wolf. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Wolf got 4 points this quarter.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Mitchell. It's deflected.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Claxton with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
White wide open. He fires. No good from outside. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Who's shake and bake. Light covering. Over to the left wing. Wolf hits it from three-point range. Now it's a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Nets lead by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists.
The Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Allen's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Mobley comes in for Barnes. Max Strus. is checked in for Sam Merrill. And it's Mitchell in for White. So on the floor for Cleveland. Mitchell and Strus share wing duty. The big men on the floor for him, Mobley and Allen. And it's Harden in at the 1. Pass to Strus. Back to Harden. Cavaliers moving the ball around. Here's Mitchell. Oh, the dunk by Mitchell.
Oh, man, and that is why Mitchell has won a dunk contest before. He knows how to get a few style points.
Brooklyn leading by 5. That one goes. Count it.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Nets?
Ooh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the 3. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
That does not go.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And stolen by Mobley. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the Cavaliers making a change here. White's checked in. And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Hey guys, well during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson as he talked with his team. Coach wanted to see more urgency when it came to closing out on shooters. He said, quote, right now we're jogging at them on the perimeter. It needs to be a sprint to run them off the line. We'll see if the guys have it in them.
All right, Allie, thank you. Here we go, one-on-one. Strus. And get the 3.
That is not the shot they needed there. You gotta work it around and get a better look.
Shake and bake. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Allen inside. The Cavaliers trail by 8. Outside, White. We've got 1:18 left in the game. Not that time. It won't go.
And you got to give credit to the D for never giving up on the play and doing just enough to bother him at the rim.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Nets.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Shake and Bake.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that hurt.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Second personal foul. 14. They're now the line. Shooting 2. Number 90.
It's the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he gets them both, and it's a 9-point ball game here. And so White will bring it up for Cleveland. Here's Mobley.
Yeah, and Mobley's teammate, he loves throwing lobs his way. Why? Because he catches pretty much anything you throw up there.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
There's Shake and Bake. Takes it inside, and he jams it in.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
White fires. Mitchell outside. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Substitutions on the court.
The 3 goes down. And that's an intentional foul.
Teams. Number 90. At the line.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Timeout called, Cleveland. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them. So why not go down fighting?
And he commits the intentional foul.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Good on the first, and that can put them up by 9. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
MP's new basketball anime debuted at number 3 on Nielsen's top 10 overall streaming chart this week. It was number 1 for all animated programming during the same stretch, a huge success by any measure.